Good morning. Welcome to your Monday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some words to get us thinking and moving and being and doing in different ways. So today we have another card from the Nature Portals deck by Bruce and Carol Malner, and its subtitle is Inspiration Through the Peace and Beauty of Nature. And I have kind of a funny story to share with this one also. But first, let's do a couple of nice deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Next breath, see if you can make it a little deeper. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just relaxing, settling in, shaking off the night. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. There we are, present here. Good morning, Tom. Glad you are here. So we have a card today from the Nature Portals deck, which is one of my favorite decks. It's one of my earliest decks. And the funny story about this particular card is the last couple of times we've used this deck, the card that has come up has been this one. Inland Lake in Wisconsin or Michigan, I'm not sure which state, and the words are stop doing, start being. And since that appeared twice, that's kind of the tap on your skull to say, hey, pay attention. If it shows up once, yeah, fine. But if it starts showing up 2, 3, or more times, then you want to prick up your ears and pay a little extra attention. Stop doing, start being. Welcome to whomever else has just popped on. Glad you're here. So the second time I was picking cards, that it ended up being that card in the long run, I had picked another card. Good morning, Maureen. Glad you're here. But I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't working for me. And I'm like, okay, I'm not quite sure how this is relating to the other things we've picked. And was kind of at a loss. So I ended up muscle testing if that was the card for the day. The answer was no. And so I put it back in the deck and picked the second card, which was the stop doing, start being card. And today when I picked that card that I had picked and then rejected the previous time. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. So here are our beautiful leaves on a thin little branch. And good morning, Cindy. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Everybody's starting to pop on. This is good. I'm a little bit early today because today, as you can tell from my clothing, is a work day. Good morning, Beth. So I'm not sure if I'll be painting or what I'm going to be doing over at our flip, but they are coming to start the major part of the bathroom renovation. So we'll see how that turns out. I spent my weekend zooming around to the Restore and Menards and buying fixtures and all kinds of fun things. So here's our card for today. Pretty leaves. And if you're just jumping on now, please go ahead and take some nice deep breaths. We've already done that. But if you're just arriving, please do so, just to kind of settle yourself in, bring yourself fully present right here, right now, to take from this card what is meant to be yours today. So this card is called Appreciate Nature's Patterns. Appreciate nature's patterns. The natural world abounds in eye-catching patterns. Have you noticed the evenly spaced leaves on a branch? There you go. The symmetry of a sunflower, the feathers on a bird, or the scales on a fish. Recognizing patterns is soothing and comforting to our human nervous system. Actually, when my kids were little, that was something they taught in grade school, was looking for patterns. I thought that was interesting. We'd be driving along in the car and Lauren would go, there's a pattern. It was kind of cool. Pay attention to the orderliness in the universe by allowing yourself to notice patterns and order around you. Look high up into the treetops and low at the ground beneath your feet. And I would say macro and micro. So look to the sky, which is a big canvas, and look at little minuscule areas. Maybe it's a chunk of snow, something small, and see what patterns you can see in the micro world also. See patterns in the distance as well as right before your eyes. Once you begin, you'll see patterns everywhere. And again, as they say in the card, that is soothing to your nervous system. I think it can also, one of the ways it's soothing to our nervous system is it kind of reinforces that idea that there is a plan here, there is a pattern here, there is a divine unfolding here. So the quote is by DeWitt Jones. A fish lazily moves its tail and creates a pattern of light and shadow worthy of hanging in the finest gallery. There's a new show every day, every hour, every minute. We've but to open our eyes. So the other way that I discerned that this card today, Appreciate Nature's Patterns, fits in with our previous card of Stop Doing, Start Being, is when you're slowing yourself down enough to really look at patterns, you're moving yourself more into that state of beingness instead of doingness, okay? So even beyond nature, you can look for patterns. In your own house, like right now I'm looking, I have my sad light on. I usually leave it on most of the morning. There's a bank of lights on there that have a pattern. What else has patterns? I'm looking at, there's a necklace laying on my desk that's waiting to get polished because it's sterling, and I can see the pattern in the beads. Look around yourself right now. Where do you see patterns? What patterns do you see? Again, they're all around. I have plants here. I can see it in the leaves of the plants. And again, our purpose for doing this is to appreciate those patterns in nature. Allow that to soothe our nervous system. Allow that to create some predictability. Seashells. I brought a couple of seashells back from my trip recently and was pleased with the symmetry of the seashells. I mean, if you slice a seashell in half, there's the nautilus pattern in there that is very pleasing to the eye. So today your mission is, I want you looking for patterns. When you notice them consciously, because you are noticing them subconsciously, when you notice them consciously, I want you to remind yourself that this is a pattern, and this reinforces the idea that there is some predictability in our world and there is some divine unfolding in our world, and allow it to, again, soothe your nervous system. Have a great day. See you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.